As of February 22, 2021, Old School RuneScape was officially released on Steam. So today we are going to be reading some of the funniest Steam reviews left on the Old School RuneScape page. And make sure you hit that like button, because it truly helps me out. And I want to see at least 9,000 likes on this video. Ha 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 ha, wow.
My husband knows more about this game than me.
Ha 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 ha, wow. Probably because you are an uninteresting clown.
I bought my whole Steam library with the gold I real-world traded from this game. Good game.
Wow. Silly JJX. You guys are seriously so stupid.
Hello Darkness, my old friend.
Black tar heroin in video game form.
I couldn't agree more. The withdrawals are horrible.
This game is like an ex-girlfriend. You miss it after some time away, you love being back with it for a while, then you remember why you left. Rinse and repeat until infinity. I've been stuck in this loop since 2002.
It's 2007. You're 13. You're at home, on your computer playing RuneScape and chatting with friends on MSN, while Paralyzer by Finger 11 blasts on the radio to drown out your parents arguing in the background. You're thinking about switching games but can't decide between Battlefield 2 or Far Cry 1. When suddenly, you remember tomorrow is pizza day at school, and if it's raining, you'll get indoor recess afterwards to play RuneScape on the class computers with your friends. You're happy. Wow. Something tells me that this guy is not too happy anymore.
Where boys become men. And those men become depressed 20-somethings with an unhealthy fixation on nostalgia. Strongly recommend.
Ha 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 ha, wow. If there's one thing RuneScape players are good at, it's living in the past. Wow.
The game for virgins. If you are a virgin, you'll love it.
Something tells me that this guy likes to complete glue scrolls. Wow.
I have been playing since late 2006 and got close to 20k hours over a few different accounts. I would describe this game as advanced cookie clicker. If you just want to vegetate in your computer chair and progress in something at the same time, this is the game for you. There is also plenty of bosses that take extreme skill to defeat, as well as some advanced PvP. There is something for everyone in this game.
What I thought was funny about this review was what was said down in the comments below.
It definitely is basically a clicking simulator. It takes zero skill. Cry more you dumb bitch. LOL.
But then this guy replied to that guy saying this.
At Dirty Wizard. Dude, you play RuneScape 3. Laughing my ass off. No wonder you are so sad and toxic.
Ha 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 ha. Wow. RuneScape 3 players truly are the worst.
Pay attention to the typo in the title of this game. The correct title is Run, Escape. Not RuneScape. The corrected title is no meager warning, rather it is an affirmative demand. Before I started my addiction to this game I had respectable goals in life. Now here I am, dressed in only Mountain Dew stained underwear and maniacally typing away at 3 a.m., equipped with Cheeto dust-cladded fingers into a calculator only to determine that I must mine 18,488 more buckets of sand in order to make a ring. Heed this warning. Run and escape while you can.
You can run as fast as you want. But you will never escape the crippling depression. If you enjoy endless grinds and hardly achievable goals, this game might be for you. But don't be mistaken. This game is for the elite. Only the top 1% of top-tier gamers can take on this challenge. What's the end goal? Wealth, flexing on your friends that are clearly beneath you as they have lower stats than you, and lastly, the hordes of women you will now be getting with your infernal maxed-scape photos on Tinder. 10 out of 10 game. Would spend another 120 days of game time on my main. Wow. If that isn't the truth. Ever since I've started playing this game I've been getting hundreds. Maybe even billions of women. And only 100% of them have been secret men. Wow. Old School RuneScape is an absolute time sink. This is Club Penguin with swords, except instead of playing a few minigames for some coins like in Club Penguin, you instead click on objects and watch your character interact with them while you do literally nothing. For hours. And hours. And hours. Hardly anyone talks. It's just quiet, mindless boozy work that takes no effort. So why do I and many other people play it? It's addicting. Very addicting, and it makes you feel like you're accomplishing something, anything. This game is escapism in its worst form, giving you a place to flee when you hate your real life without offering the satisfaction of actually learning to play a real game. For some people, getting out of bed is hard. Going to work is hard. Socializing with people is hard. But most importantly, being all alone with your thoughts is the hardest. This game offers you a wide array of very, very simple tasks that take just enough attention that you can stop focusing on whatever's got you down. Escapism is a problem that I think many gamers struggle with video games being this idealistic fantasy world where the people who like you are the people that you want to like you, and the person that you are is whoever you want to portray yourself as. Any video game can act as a bad coping mechanism for a broken and defeated person, but few do it so effortlessly and to such little reward as RuneScape does. As mentioned, the tasks you perform in this game are mind-numbingly simple. At the end of a game like Dark Souls or Stardew Valley or any other number of games, my mental illness may still kick in and tell me I wasted my time. That I'm wasting my life. And yet, those experiences still stick with me. I can look back at a lot of the games I play even through the lenses of intense dissociation and still find something to take away. Something that made me feel like my time was valid. Whether that be owed to a memorable story, an enjoyable and inherently fun gameplay loop, or some beautiful scenery, etc. When I log out of Old School RuneScape, there is nothing that convinces me that I haven't wasted my time. I feel entirely empty. That's not to say that there aren't things to like about the game. The quests are pretty entertaining, definitely the highlight of the game. The writing can be funny and witty. The primitive graphics are actually quite charming, and on the rare occasion that you find a human player to talk to, they can be some of the nicest people you've ever met. Unfortunately, a lot of the quests require these absurd grind times to even start, thus tossing you into the addictive loop of click on things, watch number go up. I don't know. Maybe I just really need help. Maybe people actually enjoy this game from a healthier point of view. The problem is that I really don't think most people do. I think most people are just like me, playing because it fills some sort of void. I can recommend that you pick up RuneScape for like an hour or two, explore a bit, maybe try a few beginner quests and just enjoy the goofiness of this iconic MMORPG. However, I really can't recommend that you go into this game with the intent to play a lot and to play seriously. It will suck away your life and you will have nothing to show for it. Don't look at my time. This was one of the first games I played since '04 when I was 8. I have over 5k hours in RuneScape 3 and Old School RuneScape. If you don't like games where you mindlessly click 3 spots for hours and hours while no development thought was put into the activity, and you don't love looking up guides on a wiki, then leave. Jagex is a very bad company that has very little potential to do anything to their game. They have cited engine upgrades being the reason they can't add simple stuff to the game, like more bank spaces FFS, They are also a very childish company that will mute you if you say something in their profanity list. This is not the profanity list you turn off but the global one. Saying poop can get you muted, but for whatever reason people can roleplay to troll a gay orgy and you get muted if you don't like it. If it was disrupting your conversation, or the 100-member CC conversation, you all get muted over the troll. Terrorists and pedophiles use the clan chats as communication, but talking about a certain car part will get you muted even if no one can read it. JJX cannot make anything work well. All of their modern bosses and challenges are extremely ass backwards and requires absolutely no skill other than memorizing some guide on the internet. In fact, that's all this freaking game is just looking up guides and wasting time. So if you don't like googling OSRS wiki every 5 pooping seconds, go play another game. Seriously, JJX doesn't care about you, or the content they release, because it's always freaking broken, Hunter, or unbalanced, Zolra, and if you complain they snuff you out until you mass tweet them on Twitter to show how much of lazy asses they are. Don't make a second account either or JJX will ban you for botting and real-world trade, not freaking joking. JJX is a joke of a company, it always was, but ever since 2007 it's been a flaming hot pile of garbage, that no corporation can put out or make better. I would be embarrassed to put down JJX on my resume if I didn't love RuneScape, but they still do. Holy crap, these are freaking hilarious. First, let me say, I love this game. It really has a special charm that you can't get anywhere else, and most of the community is great. For me, at least, it's always felt like there's been a player to help me out with something if I needed it, or just someone to chat with for a bit. But it has problems. Most obviously is the botting issue. Every world, free to play or members, is completely filled with bots. Bots at every furnace, every ore, every monster killing spot, clogging up the servers, taking the resources, and inflating the market. The next biggest issue is probably the customer support. I haven't had to use it personally, but man, there are horror stories of how bad the staff is. Taking years to respond to support tickets, corrupt mods stealing from players, it goes on. Third is that this game frankly isn't very fun most of the time. They seem to be getting a bit better at that, but almost all the content at low mid-levels is really repetitive. Click on a rock and wait. Click a tree and wait. Click a fishing spot and wait. Most of the real engaging content takes dozens of hours to be a high enough level to get to. Also, this might be obvious, but 90% of the game, if not more, requires membership. Not a huge deal to everyone, and membership can be bought using in-game gold. But you'll need to get to a pretty high level to be able to make enough money for bonds. With all that said, this game can still be great fun if you happen to have a friend or a few that play, and I'm probably gonna keep playing even though I agree that this game sucks sometimes. But I really can't recommend Old School to new players right now. Ha 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 ha. If one thing's for sure, if I see someone new, I'm going to be trimming their armor, with the quickness. The tutorial made the game very appealing, though actually entering the world left more to be desired, especially when it turned out the tools were incredibly slow compared to their tutorial counterparts, and I also ended up losing everything I had grinded from the tutorial area for use later. Ha 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 ha. Sorry little buddy. But you sound like a huge dumbass shat. This is it? This is the beloved RuneScape I heard so much about? I have played for 2.6 hours now and I can't even attempt to fight enemies outside the starter area. Every skill there is needs to be level up by doing the same task over and over and over and over and over again. I have leveled up my attack skill from level 1 to level 10 and there is literally no difference in my attack strength or hit rate. I still mostly do 0 damage to the enemy, while sometimes doing 1 damage and eventually killing it, only to have it drop loot with 0 money value. It feels like a chore with no reward. And all you do for combat is click on the enemy once. That's it. No skill attacks or anything. Same goes for other tasks like mining, chopping wood or fishing. You just click something and wait, until you've finished the task and progress a little bit further to the next level of the skill. I have looked for quests and completed them but nothing changed for me at the end. It felt pointless. So far I haven't left the starter area, except for the swamp for a quest. I was living out the definition of insanity. Playing this game feels like a gamer's version of hell. I don't get it. Am I playing the game wrong? Do I have to be clinically insane to enjoy this? Even in 2002 there were much better options. I would recommend literally any other MMORPG over this. Ha 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 ha. Why didn't anybody tell you, little Billy? This game is strictly for psychopaths. My god, these reviews are freaking hilarious. Cookie Clicker is more interactive than this piece of shit game. There is inbuilt delay on everything you do that is intentional, making this the least responsive game I've ever played. Not to mention that there is literally no possible way to interact with JJX when you inevitably get permabanned because they think you are botting after you high-ouched at the GE for 4 hours straight. It is just a matter of time before they think you are a bot for clicking on the same place for too long, even though that's literally all you can do in this shit game. All they did for the Steam release was push out the exact same garbage client that is 99% unusable piss-ass. The company refuses to adopt any sort of quality of life measures and literally depends on some third-party client called RuneLite to essentially make the game slightly bearable that all of its active players use. No matter what you do, never give these blood-sucking vampire company any of your well-earned money. Move on from here and do literally anything else with your time. Ha 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 ha. I would take your advice, little Timmy. But I have a community that needs me. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe down below. And if you haven't tried playing Old School RuneScape, I suggest you give it a shot, because despite all of these funny reviews, it's honestly and always will be the best game of all time. Ha 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 ha. Wow. John 3:16 for life, boys. John 3:16 for life. I love you all.